Hello, this is Superintendent Beth Slutty. The purpose of this message is to inform you of a proposed boundary adjustment for our district. This decision will be acted on at the school board meeting on January 24th. We are utilizing the time before that meeting to provide information, answer questions, and gain any further community feedback. Our Mustang feeder system enrollment is high across the board. We have met capacity at all our schools in this feeder system, currently exceeding at Brooks Harbor, where we have an addition under construction, and Freedom, where we recently moved a boundary area temporarily to Deer Creek in order to alleviate overcrowding. Both Liberty and Cheyenne continue to be at or beyond capacity, even with the addition of Heritage Middle School and Horace High School. Current elementary students moving into Liberty and Cheyenne feeder systems exceed capacity at Liberty in the fall of 2022 and at Cheyenne in the fall of 2024, without factoring in any new enrollment growth. The process began last spring when it became evident that we were well beyond capacity at our elementary schools in the Mustang feeder system. We made the decision to temporarily move an area of students from Freedom to Deer Creek last May. We studied options to add on to our existing elementary schools and ultimately came to the decision that a new elementary school in the Mustang feeder system would be the best option. In November, the board approved moving forward with the purchase of land in the Rocking Horse Farm development area, just south of the Osgood Golf Course. At our December Planning and Development Committee meeting, the board discussed options for boundary adjustments, resulting in bringing the following proposal to our stakeholders for information, opportunities to ask questions, and to gain further feedback in January. The board will vote on the adjustment at the school board meeting on January 24th. These are our current boundaries for the Mustang feeder system being impacted by the boundary adjustment. Aurora is shown in red, Freedom in purple, and Independence in green. The students who live around the area where the new school will be built will move from Independence to that site. This is the area south of 40th Avenue, north of 52nd Avenue, and west of Veterans to Cheyenne River. The students in the area around Liberty and Cheyenne will move to the new school as well, including students who currently attend both Aurora and Independence. The Freedom students in the eastern border of Freedom, who were temporarily moved to Deer Creek, will shift to Independence, along with students from another eastern border of Freedom, yet to be determined based on balancing the enrollment at the school. The far eastern border of Aurora, on the east side of the Cheyenne River, will now attend the new school and will remain in the Mustang feeder system. This allows both Freedom and Independence some room for continued growth while filling the new elementary school with two fairly developed neighborhoods. The current Aurora boundary includes an area east of the Cheyenne River to 4th Street. This area will move in the fall of 2023 to the new elementary school, and students in this area will continue in the Mustang feeder system. In the fall of 2022, students in grades 6 through 9 will become members of the Hawk feeder system. Students currently in high school at Cheyenne will be allowed to remain at Cheyenne. The precise boundary for the split between Freedom and Independence in the Amber Valley Parkway has yet to be determined and will need to be designed to balance the enrollment between the two schools to the best of our ability. We will need to take into account where to best split bus routes, neighborhoods, etc. Looking at it from the lens of Independence, the area around the new school, Rocking Horse Farms and Osgood Golf Course, will shift from Independence to the new school, as well as the portion of students immediately surrounding Liberty and Cheyenne. This opens up space for students to transition from freedom to independence and helps to balance the enrollment between the two schools. With the exception of the small area of the current Aurora boundary east of the river that will move to the new school, the Aurora Elementary boundary will shift from the Mustang feeder system to the Hawk feeder system beginning in the fall of 2022. Students in the Aurora boundary west of the Cheyenne River will attend Heritage Middle School for grades 6, 7, and 8, and in grade 9, they will attend Horace High School beginning in the fall of 2022. We will take petitions from families impacted by the feeder system change who wish to remain Mustangs. Due to potential overcrowding, these will be granted on a limited basis, primarily to students who have siblings currently attending Cheyenne High School in grades 9 through 11. This process will open once the school board has taken official action on this boundary adjustment. West Fargo Public Schools continues to grow, with the largest growth currently in our Mustang feeder system. This adjustment to our boundaries will help us to alleviate the overcrowding we are experiencing while continuing to provide our students with a top-notch education in our beautiful facilities. Making these decisions is difficult, but after thorough discussion, moving Aurora Elementary makes the most sense. The proximity of the other elementary schools in the feeder system to the middle school and high schools themselves, and the natural boundary of the Cheyenne River makes it the most logical sense. We will be holding a question and answer session at Aurora Elementary on January 11th at 6 p.m. If you are unable to attend that meeting, please email your questions to our info@west-fargo.k12.nd.us email address. Someone will return a call or an email to answer your question.